Welcome to Amaka Intellectual Factory, where I host podcasts and many other interesting stuff. It's been a while, but that's because I've been busy with my AIF special operations. That is, Amaka Intellectual Factory Special Operations. I might not be the FBI, the CIA, or the DOJ, but I'm AIF, Amaka Intellectual Factory. And just like all the government three-letter organizations, AIF has started launching its own special operations. Currently, AIF has two ops or operations running concurrently: Operation Renovate and Operation Tidy Up. The goal of these two operations is to renovate my apartment. Already, my apartment manager has had to replace some things in my apartment, and I have bought some new and more aesthetic decor for my apartment. This week would make it my second week of running these two AIF operations. This week also concludes these two AIF operations, while at the same time rebooting an AIF operation that has been started and aborted multiple times. That AIF operation is Operation Bringing Sexy Back, aka the case of Amaka versus Amaka. For the longest time, this particular operation has been a struggle, and the reason is primarily because of gang stalkers. You would be amazed at how much time and opportunities you lose because of gang stalking. Consider everything that I have said thus far about my unfortunate encounter with gang stalkers in Los Angeles preliminary. We really underestimate how organized evil is. Every aspect of the US government has been infiltrated by these people. But that's a topic for another day. Since President Trump assumed office as the 47th President of the United States, I have noticed a drastic reduction in the activities of the gang stalkers. And that is because his tough stance on illegal immigration, as well as stopping unaccountability of government expenditure, has obviously demoralized shadow people behind this shadow industry of evil surveillance, targeting, and gang stalking of the good people of and in America. Trump hasn't completely dismantled them, but he has certainly demoralized them. It's a breath of fresh air, and this breath of fresh air has afforded me the opportunity to develop myself without the disruptive force of these shadow people. My neighbors that they used to harass me can no longer continue to harass me. I have defeated all of them. At about 2022 or 2023, my apartment saw an increase in the number of tenants from East Africa. A bunch of Hamitic men with very terrible habits and a knack for disturbing their neighbors. And my apartment is a very clean apartment. And people from far more expensive neighborhoods are actually moving into my apartment. Unfortunately, that is also driving up the rent. These East African men were always loitering all over the apartment, watching other tenants, especially women and children. They were constantly smoking, drinking, and spitting all over the apartment. Late at night, they made so much noise. The stench from the apartments too were unbearable. To mask it, they sprayed that perfume that all Hamitic people like to spray. Nigerians call that perfume Hausa perfume. The smell of that perfume is everlasting. But I discovered essential oils a long time ago, and let me tell you, miracles happen when you burn lemongrass and lavender essential oils at the same time, or tea tree and lemongrass, or cedarwood and bergamot. When the weather is cooler, cinnamon and apple, or eucalyptus and mint oil work their own wonders. So I guess what I'm saying is that the attacks have really reduced. The gas prices are not shooting up every time these gang stalkers, quote and unquote, are mad at me. And the microwave attacks too have stopped. The microwave attacks recently happened again because I made a video appreciating the US Attorney General, Bundy, Pam Bundy. And I will address that in a separate video. But I've defeated all these East African guys. It's crazy because virtually all of them are most likely illegal aliens that crossed the southern border illegally. You would think that with everything that is happening, they would maintain a low profile, but they can't control their misogyny. I have had to call the cops 3 times on them and once on another tenant as well. With the exception of 1 or 2 instances, for like 2 months, it has been peaceful and productive for me, thanks to the Trump card. And I have taken advantage of that to move with the rapidity of a hair in my activities. It is only a fool that would not take advantage of the Trump administration and put their life together. I have started writing again. Can you believe that? And I am uber excited because I am almost debt free. My credit score is excellent. Well, close to excellent, close. To the glory of God, who has used President Trump to stop these shadow people's war on the children of God. Many wonderful things are turning around for my good. I have completely defeated the gang stalkers that were seated in my apartment to harass me. I'm an overcomer. And this time around, Operation Bringing Sexy Back is gonna be a success. Not only would Operation Bringing Sexy Back be a success, but it's going to be a success that would be achieved very quickly. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm hotter than a firecracker. I'm just on the plump or chubby side, and some people actually prefer it. But nah, it's not for me. I've always been a very health-conscious person until I came to Los Angeles, and these shadow people really came for me. It's crazy. Something very evil birthed in Los Angeles. And somebody or a group of people were seriously trying to prove to me that they own and run America. Forget about their manipulation of gas prices every time they were quote and unquote mad at me. These people weaponized the weather against me. It is really surreal. we really truly underestimate how organized evil is. Conversation for another day. Today marks the beginning of Operation Bringing Sexy Back, and consider it already a success because in this fight, I am wrestling against my lower self. Thus, the case of Amaka versus Amaka. This is just one of the many things that I have been up to, and I am super duper pumped. As a master military strategist, you have to be making calculations constantly and moving with the rapidity of a hare. These are part of the ageless advice of Sun Tzu, an ancient Chinese military strategist, who said, "Many calculations lead to many victories, and few calculations lead to few victories." Well, that's all I have to say for now. Until next time, take care of your lovely selves. And remember, life is beautiful and worth living.